Alright, what's up everybody? Let me make sure my voice is working here. Yep, it looks like it is. So, think we're good to go now. Needed to, share that on the chat there and on the Facebook group. Alright, today is December 7th, 2020. I'm going to be going over the weekly review. I got my dog here with me, Odin. He's a good boy. And yeah, we're going to be going over the weekly review here. Guild event is raising Nefertani, however you pronounce it. And the campaign tasks, we're going to be knocking some of these guys out. I don't have as much time as I'd like to. I had to stay over at work for about an hour. So that cut me back a little bit. Let me check this text message. Sorry about that. Okay. Alright. This week is the last week for the campaign and for Keytar. And my game froze up a little bit. For Ancient Sarcophagus, this week it's ending in Keytar, of course. So we'll be going over some of those tasks. And we have a new legendary troop, as you can see on here. Anknum. Very disappointed because this morning I woke up and I spent, I believe, 78 event keys, and then I purchased another 2 for one of the campaign tasks. Odin, why don't you lay down, huh? So in total 80 event keys, and I did not get the new legendary, which was very surprising. Oh, hey babe, I see you're watching. How did you even know that I was streaming? Oh, well, I think I told you, but I guess maybe you went on the YouTube channel. Because you're not in the guild, so I know you didn't get it from there. I posted it on there. Maybe you're on the Facebook group. I can't remember. But anyways, yeah, so last week for campaign task, the adventure board. Nothing too crazy on here. Make sure you kill your 100 troops. That'll give you 20 gems. Okay, from YouTube. Yeah, so you can watch if you want. That'd be cool. You know, if you need some gold keys, then, you know, go for that. But I get more than plenty. Might do that for the gem key. That's worth it. Souls. Yeah, I don't really need those. But check your adventure board. See if there's anything there that you need. I'm going to finish up on completing my battles for the event. I have 9 sigils left. Mummified King is the next one. This is the team that I'm using. I'll probably switch it up and try to devise a better team on the harder difficulties, you know, as we progress here. But so far I'm using however you pronounce his name. I try to use all undead enemies. The restrictions are purple and yellow mana. And then you have to either use an assassin or a defender troop role. So, kind of limited. You got 4 restrictions. Odin, stop that. Yeah, 4 restrictions, and this is the best that I could come up with. Now, the Pharaoh Nefertani, the only way you can get her, I believe, as of right now, is if you purchased the Elite Pass for the campaign during this Ancient Sarcophagus. But you could probably switch her out for sure with Pharaoh's Hurrah. Now, if you don't have any mythics, I would probably recommend a team. Let me get a team going here. Put those restrictions on. Has to be an assassin or a defender. but a pretty easy team to make. No mythics. Odin, stop that, please. I would probably go with... Probably want undead troop types, simply because they do get that 10% bonus, and that's going to help out because the metal is 20%, or sorry, it gives you more spell and skull damage. I went with this one, Deathmark enemies, Revenant, that's what I would suggest. And then you could go with Grave Knight, not a bad choice, because you eliminate all armor from an enemy, and on the harder difficulties, you know, some of the enemies might have 200, 300, 400 armor, and that's instant armor elimination, and he only takes 11 mana to fill up, so you can wipe out 800 plus armor casting him 4 times. So that's pretty good. Revenant, Grave Knight, and then the other role was Defender. I would probably go with... That's the new one this week. Honestly, I'd probably put Wall of Bones first. Then your weapon. Which, if you have Black Manacles, that's a good option. But then you're going to take away your Grave Knight from filling up his mana. And last week on the... Oh, let me clear that. Last week on the... what was it? Faction Assault, I believe it was. Stop that, Odin. Stop. You could grab the Life and Death weapon, which is amazing. So if you grabbed Life and Death, which you should have... Odin! Hey! Just lay down, okay? If you don't have Life and Death, you could probably go with... you want either a red, yellow, or green. If you have Essence of Evil, that's a good one. That'll give you mana pretty quick. But pretty much anything that suits your playstyle and is going to specifically deal damage to enemies because of that spell damage bonus from the Metal of Pharaohs. You get 160% skull and spell damage for all troops, and then you can double that up for 200% if you have Badge of Pharaohs. But if you purchase enough, or if your guild is far enough ahead, you can end up applying 2 of those medals and get a really big bonus. But oh, we completed stage 5. Not bad. Alright, let's go and work on this some more. I was doing pretty good with this team. It's kind of mythic heavy. They're having a mythic first and last, but like I said, until it gets a little bit more challenging, then I'll probably switch it up. But right now it's going fairly decent. The greatest, thing about this team here is each of your troops on spellcast or based on their traits will death mark an enemy. For example, I have Zippo. I'm just going to call him Zippo. In first place, he's going to inflict death mark when doing skull damage. So that is 1. Life and Death inflicts death mark on the last 2 enemies, so that's a total of 3. And then here Revenant inflicts death mark on an enemy on spellcast, so that's 4. And then Pharaoh here, Nefertani, inflicts death mark on a random enemy when matching 4 or more gems. So we have 4 troops inflicting death mark on up to 5, enemies, dispersed. And the best thing about that is Pharaoh Nefani here, Nefertani, whatever her name is, deals damage to an enemy boosted by death marked enemies. Since we're all death marking enemies, it gets boosted by a ratio of times 10. You then curse and disease all enemies, so that's great. But imagine if you have all 4 death marked, which is awesome. You're gonna end up getting an extra 78 damage, or 40 damage to bring that up to 78. That times 200%, it's a pretty good little bonus there. But yeah, they all kind of play on each other anyhow. For example, Revenant here, you deal damage to the last enemy boosted by skulls. But if you look here, my first Zippo mythic can summon skulls, or create skulls. So that's helping Revenant out as well. But yeah, I already did quite a few battles of this morning, but I needed to finish some stuff up. Oh, is that the new legendary? Yeah. Let's see what he does, because, of course I didn't get him. Deal 45 damage to all enemies, boosted by cursed enemies. Okay, so that would... He would... Oh, wow. That's awesome. If I could get him, because Nefertani curses and diseases all enemies, so... For every cursed enemy, give a barrier to a random ally. So if you had, say, 2 or 3 cursed enemies, that's all? Yeah. So you could curse all enemies, then get barrier on all your troops. That's powerful. What's this? Traits. 25% chance of curse. Oh, wow. That adds to that as well. Boost ratio of times 2. He ain't too bad. He's actually a pretty decent mythic. I'm surprised. He must be immune to death mark. Yep, undying. Let's see. Go with that. Great thing about this is life and death, because of the bonus you have to spell damage against troops. Steal 30 life from the last 2 enemies. I'm gonna go from 80 life to 250 life. Sorry, 264. So I just gained 184 life on one cast for my hero. Plus, you enchant yourself. So, I'm going to get to cast that again very shortly. I feel like the spell damage here is very low. Need more death-marked enemies. That's the problem. So let's cast that again. 420 health for my hero. So I feel like that's a pretty good setup. I might have to switch it around there when I get to the harder battles, but for now this is doing pretty good. Sweet, we got another Raven. Working our way along here. Grab this. I don't have a storm right now. Going to take out the Raven. Want to make sure I get him gone before he can flee from battle. Want to make sure I get those sigils. The only thing about this team, you can't really summon any troops for backup. But, wow. Anubite Warrior all the way to level 10. I wish I could just do Mythic Battle after Mythic Battle. That would definitely get a lot more points that way. But yeah, you can't really summon any troops using this team. But I feel like it's a strong enough team that it should be able to hold up on its own. Or at least that's the plan for right now. But we'll see if that changes during the week. There we go. Got our epic battle. Starting out with a 5-gem match. Another match there. Great, we got ×4 for Nefertani. If only they'll stay death marked, that'd be sweet. Yellow, red, nope. Brown, nope. Well, alright, I guess we'll go with purple. Trying to take advantage of that boost from the death mark, but go with this. Not too bad of a team. I'm really liking Life and Death for this team setup, though. Get massive amounts of health. I would place my hero in the first slot, but because of Zippo here inflicting death mark when doing skull damage, I'm gonna keep my hero in the second slot. But another reason for that, I don't have it quite yet. I'm only a few champion levels away, but I am using the Orb Weaver class. I'm trying to get that one leveled up. That one's the one I've been working on for a little bit now. And when I get talent number 5, I'll be able to unlock that stealthy talent. So using that, I'll definitely want my hero to not be in the first slot to take advantage of stealthy. There we go, cast that. $1,700 points, not too bad. About almost halfway to the Orb of Chaos there. I really need it to be an Orb of Ascension. I've been on a dry spell for Orbs of Ascension, but I have like 2 Orbs of Wisdom and 3 major Orbs of Wisdom. So, and I created, crafted an Orb of Power at the same time, you know, at one time. So I went from, you know, 3 major Orbs of Ascension and Wisdom to 0 of both. And then, you know, all I've been getting is nothing but Orbs of Wisdom. Which is okay, because a surplus of Orbs of Wisdom is better than a surplus of Orbs of Ascension. Mainly because most of the troops that I have are fully ascended. Take out the Raven. You always want to make sure you get the Raven first. before he can flee. On the harder difficulties, most of the time I'll risk almost losing the battle, so that way I can at least have a shot at getting the Raven. I'm okay with trying to lose 1 sigil to gain 2 on the harder battles, but if we can take out the Raven and beat the battle, then we'll get an extra 2 there. I do think that you should get more than 4 sigils a day, though, because honestly, 4 sigils a day almost is nothing. When you get to the harder battles, and you might lose 1, you might lose 2, then you might get a Raven, you get them back, so really you're not gaining nothing, and you get so few points. Then when you gotta go and mess around with trying to, like this right here, I mean, Anubite Warrior, all level 10, Mummified King, level 10. So, I mean, here I am, 20 plus sigils into the event, and I'm on a ultra rare level 34 battle. You know what I mean? It's, I think it needs to be reworked as far as, how they let you progress in the event. If you want to start on super easy battles and continue easy battles because you don't have a good enough team or enough troops that are designated for the restrictions for that event, then you should be given that opportunity and just sit back and do the easier battles that you can beat and that you're comfortable with, and then the people who are at much higher levels and able to do those hard battles, I think they should be given an option, to start out and to maintain legendary and mythic battles all week, That's just what I think, but... 5 more battles left here. I think when I redo the team, I'll probably switch over to Titan class and put my hero in the first slot. That way I can gain that barrier. I really need that new troop though. If I could grab him, he would help out big time, giving all my troops barrier. So this is so far the hardest battle I've done in the event. Summon my spider there, thanks to Orb Weaver. Oh, and I think I had, webbed him too with one of the talents. That should be a talent, right? Yeah. Okay, that's pretty handy. Yeah, it should have been a talent then. It's probably web enemies when they do skull damage to me. Is that what that is? really want to go for that, I want to get that legendary troop. I feel like he would be a great addition to that team. I just don't want to spend the gems. I've been saving a good little bit of gems. Only got about, what, 2,200? Yeah, 2,289. I mean, costs 143 gems, open 10. I opened 80 earlier and I didn't get the legendary troop. That's where he should be, right? With event keys only. Okay. I just can't really justify it. Let's see. 1.3 million so far this week. 2 event keys would cost me 95,000. 95,000 gold. Yeah, I'll go and complete that task. That puts me to 1.4 million. I'll let somebody complete that one if you guys want to work on that. And then if I still don't have it, I may grab task 9. We'll see. I'm trying to build up all my resources. Just give me the new troop, please. Oh. I'm not using my gems. I'm not. I refuse to use my gem. Was it 15 gems to open 1 event chest? Yeah. That's just a little bit ridiculous. Seeing that you get really nothing but commons and minor trait stones, it's not worth it at all. Oh, actually, I totally forgot. Resources, spoils of war. There we go. I'll happily trade 1,800 glory for 10 event keys. Get a little bit of gold from that too. Nothing major though. Oh, come on. I think that's it though. I can't get any more event keys, can I? Nope. Oh well. If I don't get them by the end of the week, I'll probably give in and just spend my my gems until I get them. But I think it's ridiculous. I used 80 event keys and still did not get the new legendary. That's crazy to me. I mean, I used like 13,000 guild seals and got the new mythic. You know, so you would think I'd be able to get a legendary. Oh yeah, you want to kill them guys? Ooh, he got me. It's all good. Got him right back. Orb Weaver champion. Level 38. Got 2 more levels. I can unlock stealthy. Come in handy. Go ahead and use him. Take him out. You don't want him giving barrier to his allies over there, making it harder for us to break through them. Eating cheesy burritos for dinner. I'm not making any food. I am not making food, Ben. We gotta do some dishes. I'm not gonna have time to do that and go to the store and then come home and cook, so. Let's do that and take him out. Only got what, two sigils left? Pharaoh's Raw. That's the only troop. Well, obviously the legendary now, but grab him. And then the other mythic. Ooh. Boosted by my souls. That would be really powerful. If I could grab Pharaoh's Raw. Alright, he would be a beast. Figure if you can get your soul, he gives you 150% bonus souls from battle, so you could potentially get your souls up to, like, say if you could even manage 100. That's boost my, that's 149 damage plus the event medal. That would be massive damage. No. No, you cannot. Not for dinner. Maybe for lunch. Is that my last battle? No, I got one more, and it went from mythic, like what, level 110 or something like that, all the way down to ultra rare level 70. Yeah, I feel like the way of doing it could be more consistent. I feel like this is really all over the place. Make your team as good as yours. You join the guild and I'll help you out a whole lot, but I mean, me helping you is gonna hinder the time that I get to play, and then, you know what I mean? But you join the guild, and then we can have, you know, some of the lesser players replace and whatnot. Alright. So that takes care of that event. I'm going to claim my guild seals. Probably not many. Yeah. Well, he's right here. He just read your message. Now what? Oh, let me change out my medals real quick. And I need to go and take care of my dungeon battles. Actually, you know what? Let's work through some of this, because sometimes I want you to complete dungeon battles on certain days. Like, I'll say like 6 battles, so we want to go and take care of this. Let's start with the bronze. When explore runs in Keytar at level 10 or higher. So let's go and take that out. Level 10. Well, if we're doing level 10, we might as well do level 12. Increase our chance of grabbing some of the Medal Initia or Medal of Anu. Here, I'm using Mountain Crusher, Tina, 9000, Queen Beatrix, and Leprechaun. So that's my team that I have going right now. He's about to take out my hero, unfortunately. He's just been getting massively lucky with all the skull matches. Cast Tina. Get that true damage going. Cast Tina again. Alright. It's up to Tina now. Let's see what he's got. Red. Trying to avoid him being able to get a skull match, but I think I'm good with the amount of armor. Oh, nice. That played out pretty good. I think last week we had to do a excuse me, I'm tired. I had a yawn. I think last week we had to complete 5 runs at level 9 or higher, and I can't remember what kingdom last week was now. It was just yesterday. But anyways, yeah, this so far you only have to do one explorer run through Keytar on level 10 or higher, so that's relieving to know I don't have to do 5 of these, which really isn't that bad because I've been picking up on Explorer again recently. Quit there for a while. I was doing PvP for the max gold, but trying to. I got my first Medal of Nisha the other day, about what 3 or 4 days ago. So I'm trying to max out my Medal of Nishas. I need 3 of those. I only have 1 Medal of Anu, which doesn't really matter, but if you double them up, they don't stack. But I can use Medal of Anus to give my legendary troops more skill points. So this guy might actually get me here. Come on, Tina. Is it gaining armor? Okay. Yeah, he's just gaining armor, so it doesn't even matter. Probably end up having to do the mythic battle on this run through as well. Probably get Pharaoh's Ra. Usually I hop back and forth between Leprechaun and, Queen Beatrix and Mountain Crusher, and then I use Tina 9000 if there aren't any extra turns. But I use Mountain Crusher, that way it gives Tina 9000 2 extra mana on spellcast for the hero. That kind of helps speed him up a little bit on filling his mana up. And then I usually try to only use Tina towards the start of the battle, because you might end up, he casts his spell at 3 random enemies, but it can also hit the same enemy, so you might end up casting it 3 times and do 10 damage to one enemy. He dies 13 to another, but then, only the standard, say, 40 damage to another enemy, which is nice, but, if you cast it at the beginning of the battle, then you wind up doing a lot more damage in the long run, as opposed to waiting towards the end of the battle. I only like to cast Tina, couple of times in the battle. I kind of rely more on Queen Beatrix extra turn with the creating 9 brown and green gems. Going to cast Tina. They have a good bit of health there. Looks like another Tina cast. Yeah, if I can't cast Queen Beatrix, but Tina's filled up, I'll go in and cast Tina. And then Mountain Crusher. Neither one is filled up, so we'll go and do another Mountain Crusher. No extra turns, make sure you're checking that. See, here's an example of what I was saying. Tina 9000 might hit this guy one time, him one time, and then Apophysis once, right? He'll end up doing 14 damage and 34, so he's only doing a total of 50 damage. So he's potentially wasting 2 whole hits. We go and cast Queen Beatrix, got him down to 3. Let's wait until Beatrix is charge up again. There we go. Now we're going to take out these 2 enemies. There we go. Now when we cast Tina, he's going to end up doing more damage in the long term as opposed to, you know, immediately. Mini boss battle. I don't know, I might not end up getting a mythic battle off of this one. I only have 4 whatever they're called. I don't ever look at the name. Myth stones, they're called. I only have 4 of those. I think the max that a mythic run can give you for myth stones is like 90. Might be somewhere around 94, 92, something like that. So, might not end up having enough myth stones to do the mythic battle, but that's okay. I didn't really set out to get that mythic battle anyhow. Definitely want to get rid of Keeper of Souls, but looks like he's already powered up here. We get an extra turn off of Mountain Crusher. Then, oh, there we go. Take out Keeper of Souls. Perfect. Go and grab Tina. That'll be it. Intrepid Explorer. We got 72 myth stones. Oh wow, the maximum is 75. Not bad. I thought the max you can get was like 92. I was way off. I never really look at those. I just do it on level 12, or I do it on level 2 if it's like a gnome event weekend. Odin, will you get back? Go. I don't want your wet nose on my arm. Alright, so this is why we went ahead and did this. Let me make sure I got everything done here. Dungeon battles. Not too concerned about missing out on that. So I'm going to go and do my dungeon battles just real quick. I got 6 more days this week to, you know, if it is in the campaign task. I think I've seen 1, maybe 2 weeks where the dungeon battles were part of the campaign task. So I'm not too worried about it. We're on week 10 now, so chances are slim that we will see dungeon battle. But just in case, I want to make sure I have all my main tasks done by Friday. Same thing with the vault key. I've seen it was either once or twice where opening a vault, using a vault key or winning a vault battle, whatever, was one of the campaign tasks, and vault keys are not particularly easy to obtain. I think you get one a week from each guild event. So like we just had raid boss, and then last week, and then we had the regular event. So got like 2 vault keys. But say if I go ahead and use my vault key now, and then a campaign task says, hey, open a vault key. Well, I can't because I already used it. So oh, frozen. Let me get a 4 or 5, and then I can cleanse myself. Nope, of course not. He's got armor. Oh yeah, 50%. He's a beast. Not really. He's about to die. Alright, sweet. 20 diamonds there. Gem bounty, 50 gems. Gives me 20 extra diamonds. I'll just go to the Soul Forge after that and craft whatever diamonds I can. I know that it's not like gonna make a big difference at all, like whether I have an extra 10, 20, 30, or even 40 diamonds, but I just like to keep up on it and make it a habit. That way I don't forget that I can craft diamonds. I think the first time I realized that you can craft diamonds, because I didn't really know what the shards are for. I thought they were mainly for doing the jewels. And I didn't even know how to use the jewels for a while. And then, you know, I seen the brown summoning stone and whatnot and the weapons, so. But yeah. Oh yeah, I guess while we're in the dungeon, we'll go over the troops this week. So, let's take a look at what you can grab with blue summoning stones. Feldros may be somewhat worth it because she can summon an armored boar based on red gems, and then also deal 22 damage to an enemy boosted by all enemies' magic, so that's somewhat handy. War Cleric was a beast last week on the event, so she's not too bad either. Yeah, nothing too good in there. Falconer ain't bad. Summon. Fenrir might be okay because you give him life and attack. Works pretty well with the beast team. Incubus isn't too bad. He charms a random enemy, but 2 random enemies. Sorry. Mirror isn't too bad. You get to steal some magic, so that's always useful. Nothing too crazy here in the yellow summoning stones. Okay, Drake Rider. That's a popular one, mainly because of the loyal mount trait. Helps out if you're anticipating one of your allies to perish. But yeah, nothing too crazy. As always, you know, pretty basic troops there. I don't know if I want... I mean, Mexican food? I don't know. I mean, I'm not doing any of the ordering, so you figure that out if you really want to see about doing that, but I'm not doing any of the ordering, and it will have to be ordered like when you leave, right as you leave work, or maybe call them on your way home. I'm not calling, so I'll leave all that up to you. Now for the legendary troops. We have 4 legendary troops. Orion. As for legendaries, he's not really good, but he's not really bad either. The best one, True Shot. True Shot, 75% chance to ignore armor with skull damage. So you have to put him in first place to take advantage of that. But Hunter's Mark isn't too bad. And then you gain 5 magic. Only bad thing is that the gain 5 magic is static. So you won't be able to increase that. Sir Quentin Hadley. That's pretty good. Griffin Commander. All night start battle with 50% mana. And yeah, it's not too bad. But out of all of them, I would probably grab Matron Dragatani, mainly because of arcane resistance, reduced damage from spells by 75%, which is really handy as long as you don't have her in the first slot. So I mean, I would probably put her in the 3rd slot. That would be the best place for her. But yeah, she isn't too bad. Orrery, he came out probably about a month ago. He isn't too crazy, but he does conjure a Starstorm, which is purple and yellow mana. But yeah, he's not all that great. As always, the mythics. You have Zathanos, Enrage, Kurandera, and Zul'Goth. But new mythics to forge this week. The Possessed King, which I need, because I don't have a mythic for Darkstone yet. That way I can start getting that kingdom powered up. Unstable Possession. Explode 2 random gems on 4 or 5 gem matches. That is amazing. That's basically Lightning Strike, but twice as good. So that's really handy. And matter of fact, if you doubled that with Titan, you'd end up exploding 3 random gems. That's massive mana collection. Vash Dagon. We'll do that on the weekend. I'll probably just eat leftovers or grab something at the store. Okay, well, I got my little taquitos that I got this past weekend. I haven't had them yet, so I'm going to try them tonight then. So that's settled. Okay, that isn't too bad. Deal 36 true scatter damage boosted by my life. But it's a 3-to-1 ratio, so say if your life was even at 100, only boost about 33. So, I mean, Queen Beatrix is much better than that, and you have a very, very high chance of getting an extra turn with Queen Beatrix. Now, Madness returns. Devour an ally, then summon a demon if the ally is devoured. So that's kind of a trade-off there. Say if you have I guess it could work out in your favor if you have an ally that's really, really low on health or life. You know, you can go in and devour them, so that way you can summon a demon. I mean, maybe if you get lucky, you can summon the Possessed King. That would be really cool. Shade of Zorn. I do not have him. I don't have Vash Dagon or the Possessed King. Or Mother of Darkness, so this would end up being a really good week for me to at least get one of these knocked out. I'd probably grab the Possessed King. Okay, Mother of Darkness is from Darkstone. I thought she was in Sin of Mirage. Who am I thinking about as in Sin of Mirage? Isn't that something? I can't remember the name of the mythic. Queen of Sin. Okay. But yeah, out of those mythics, let it load here. Out of those mythics, I would definitely recommend the Possessed King of any of them. Mother of Darkness is actually pretty good too, because of the summoning power. But the Possessed King is used in a lot of OP teams, so I would go with that. Now, weapons. This is going to be a debate for me this week, because I do have Keytar. I'll be getting Keytar pretty soon here to power level 11. I don't know what's after that as far as tasks, but I have the pet. If you had the Elite Pass, you're automatically guaranteed, as long as you do the tasks each week, you're guaranteed a mythic pet, which is super hard to get. But that's the only way you can get them to, like, what, power level 20? You have to have a mythic pet, I'm pretty sure. So another part of that comes into play are the weapons for each kingdom. You have to, I think by the end of it, you end up having to have 8, it's either 8 weapons or 8 legendary weapons. I think it's just 8 weapons. But if you are planning on getting Keytar, like, super maxed out, you're going to have to craft all the weapons, or at least 8 of them, to have a total of 8. So, you know, Withering Touch, Bone Shield, those are both from Keytar. That's 600 diamonds already. Plus you have to have Celestial Trait Stones. But yeah, that's 600 diamonds, 1,500 diamonds, 1,800 diamonds, 1,875, and then that, I mean, it's just a lot. And then you end up, you know, at some point you'll be able to grab Duskbringer, but you need 1,000,000 souls. So that's quite a lot. As of right now, I, however, only have three. So I would end up having to craft virtually all of those for like 2,000 plus diamonds or so. I mean, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, right at 1,875 diamonds. And yeah, I could do it, but do I really want to waste that many? No. Plus, I don't have the other mythic, and it will just. Oh, hold on. Got a phone call here. Here, I'm gonna put this on mute. I'm gonna continue playing.